Yo, yo. How's it going? I'm sorry for not being here yesterday. My body decided fucking ate me, and so I had to lay down and never get back up. But we're here! Back on Repurpose! With 3 left! We're doing a restart! And I guess we start. I opened the book for reading and skimmed a few pages before looking at the summary at the end. Seems like I ran into Irene, Ramon's ex-wife. A little awkward, and we got along surprisingly well. Almost so well, in fact, the summary is pretty raunchy. Oh yeah, because this is the micro mode and we did Irene's about like a type like with a custom MC. We have to do like the last part. I have as much recall as you guys because there's is only available if you play man or a micro mode like this. Seems that I thought of him, but it actually means to love someone who romantically and familiarly. We had rough times. We almost lost it, but managed to stay. She did. So I choose Irene. I choose Irene. Hopefully there won't be stuff like the mixer scene. That is my... Oh god, the parking changed. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that was quicker. I'm surprised how this is to decide. I can't linger on what could have been any longer than this. With a heavy heart, I picked my book. Made my decision. Well, I made the timeline you have chosen and I shall establish it as the canonical timeline. I have made my decision. There's no backing down now. I never know what I was like to live the lives I had in the other books, but I wouldn't just have to live with that fact. I handed the book to Cherry, who took it in her hands, and once again she spread her wings as energy began to swell through the church. The book lifts into her air, Cherry's eyes glow white, filling the room with a heavenly glow. I feel the world around me ripple and shake, the energy flowing into and through my body as reality warped itself around me. My memories fragment and break, but in that place came memories of another time, another life. My eyes are filled with bright light. It feels like my body was being pulled in every direction simultaneously, yet not moving at all. And then, when my granny split my skull in half, everyone stopped crying. Within a problem meeting, they're making so many demands. But can you just understand the need to get checked up? I read the books in periodic visits so the doctor makes sure they're growing up, but if the animal size is developing properly. I've explained this, yet they cry and kick and scream by going there. I don't understand. It's a doctor. They help you feel better, take care of your pain. I should have nothing to fear from them. Me part of me will never understand, can't understand. I didn't grow up. I didn't have a childhood. I was born an adult. Built the self to execute the will of Lucifer. Built the torture to maim to execute, to kill. And yet he gave me the ability to have children. I wanted to be special, to be wonderful, to experience something magical with the man I loved. But it wasn't. It was all late nights and painful headaches, screaming, crying, their diapers ripped open, start finishing the expensive bills. I don't understand. I just want them to be happy, but I don't understand that. He stopped just screaming, but my fortsatte øjeblik var som shot back to reality. Men bakken bedste, så siger jeg der. Det var squeaking cream, as I fell back. And the side crying, actually crying. The man had just kicked out to where my to sit. And we like if never felt but my blood. This can't try that far from home to my share. And no further station, no remorse. The gun transforms me in giant bakes. For passing from the cakes as my body transforms. My weapon very fast to my hand is thankfully before a man even realized what is happening. What the fuck? My whip cuts around in seconds, thanks him. My breath is tonight hits of anger and hatred. How dare he touch area? Well, it's better to unlock me here in Thailand that hate for him though. God beneath his feet, great moment the mouth of hell gave right for him. Scream as if I had shivers. Before it growled him back up, a heap of heavy eyes as I began to calm down, making a slowly figuring out that I finished before. Didn't know what happened to me or where I came from. It meant that man would get what it deserves. But, Mommy? His voice breaks my red vision and started turning looking at me. That's why I need to here's something to Miami. They are mine. And I make sure they go up, but take a deep breath. Let also then lean down, pick up our mouths. Please, I need you to understand. And take you to the doctor to torture, scare, hurt you. I do it because I make sure you grow up healthy and strong, okay? It's this weekly, but ultimately nothing but a head in my shoulder. Gently carry a step back as I smile. But when we're done, we can go get ice cream. How does that sound? I smile, but I can hear them just fine. I want mint chocolate chip. Like I have mint chocolate chip ice cream. If that's what I want, we can get mint chocolate chip. I hear a loud clap of joyous hands reverberate around me. It was as if the universe had managed itself all at the same instant. I groan as my vision returned, rubbing my head. It feels like I had the feeling headache, but my charming mess of memories were sorting themselves out. I came here because they had looped. Time had looped, and I had chosen. What the? Emma, this doesn't look like hell at all. I know I didn't think that much last night. Irene! Wrap my arms around her, press her and tied up. She is surprised at the sudden affection, but can't help but laugh if she returns like, Becca, what's all this about? It's a bit of a long story.
Oh.
Perhaps it would be better if I explained then. In terms of tearing loose his voice, face I before quickly found. Lucifer, please forgive me for not noticing you were here. Oh, it's quite alright. I know you weren't expecting this. So let me get you caught up. Lucifer then explained everything that was going on to Irene. But Irene took everything pretty well. Makes sense now. It makes sense though. Not only is she loyal to Lucifer, she was familiar with the afterlife system and how powerful Lucifer is. I'm tired telling Resident Travel because that one is something happened here. So when the explanation was finished, there was only one actual conclusion. My whip is yours, Lucifer. If you want me to fight, then you're what, then I will do so without hesitation. I'm always happy to have you at my side, Irene. In fact, this opportunity may be more perfect than you realize. Oh? I was born with powers French, and yet I've barely had a chance to use it. Since they are already detained by the time I get to them, I've never had a chance to just fully let loose and go all out. When Nixa lives a devilish look on her face, it's my chance to show Utopia just why you should fully feel hell. But it's all very good. Please remember we're not trying to be cool to Utopia. They just don't need to be tortured just to feel it.
No.
Oh, what do you take me for, Miss Angel? Maybe a torturer, but I'm hardly a monster. To go and fight like everyone else. I trust that I finally get to go all out. No holding back. Utopia will feel my full power. Will beat the full power of a volatile. And the angels will never know what hit them. Oh, bye.
Now.
Now, let's go and meet Army, shall we? I should summon my forces and prepare a portal to Utopia to be opened. Imo is about to get very crowded. Together, we made our way outside of the church into a relatively open area. Lucifer raised the spear and then slammed the bar of it against the ground. There in the middle of the fierce button elevator and Darby came a blue demon man. Then if you would please stand aside, he pulls out some kind of gadget and then tosses it out into a field. Then he presses a few buttons on his wrist and... Okay, there's quite a few mystics here. The device expands into a massive arc-ship structure. I guess it's because, I'm unsure if you need to out, if it's only if you have a lot of it, and that's why it's the only one that's unnecessary. Let me check again what the thing is again. Okay. Never mind, but I guess there's differences. Yeah. Comes to life with magic and soon a gigantic power rips open the plains of Limbo, and from it, hundreds if not thousands of demons begin pour out into the plains of Limbo. Then appears to be split into 7 different sectors, each being led by a head demon in charge. Okay, there's some creepy thing going on with my... We don't need to unbox it right now. So I can do it later. Voice mode finally updated shit and now I have to pay for it. The army appears to be split into 7 different sections, each being led by a head demon in charge. Often felt strangely familiar. Yeah, I couldn't name them for the life of me, but my instinct told me they were crucial for this to work, that without them, we wouldn't stand a chance against Utopia. Soon Limbo was filled to the brim with an army of demons as far as the eye could see. I could only imagine how the inhabitants would be if they saw us. My goodness, I think I've ever seen this many demons one place at a time before. It's a impressive sight to behold, but then again, it's not that surprising. When Lucifer makes a rallying cry, you fire to the ends of the earth. You're weird, Lucifer, don't you? But of course, not just me, but all held full beliefs in Lucifer's leadership. I've touched my fair share of evil leaders, so I know what bad leadership looks like, and we've had noxious horns as well. I've had time to compare how others lead to how Lucifer lived. That truly is no one like Lucifer. If I pick a woman to be with, much to Kiss and every other woman's dismay, it would be none other than the monster herself. I think there's more to it than just lacking her leadership though. I'm upset for before knowing. Look this, since I've known Lucifer since I was born. You have? Lucifer has agreed that she will be there for the birth of every volatile, since we're not birthed normally. We're essentially born in a lab from a large soup that is material by weighing demons from hell that take no magic into a fully adult volatile. I say I'm not familiar with the details, just that we're born fully formed and instilled with enough basic knowledge to understand language, our surroundings, and to form a sense of self. When we're born, we get self-examinations followed by meeting Lucifer in person. And she just talks to us. She shares with us her wisdom and knowledge, the reason for our creation, and to impart upon us the most important thing of all. At the end of the day, we're demons, the same as everyone else in hell. If we find that we do not like the job of torture, we're not forced to keep it. We can be anything we want to be. She sees us for what we are, but also for who we are. And by love, my child, I'm glad that we're giving the option. The demon, if I was born for this, I can kill it whenever I want. That's wow. I admit I am far about how being born to torture sinners for a man she was forced to do it when knowing she has the option. It makes me respect the systems in hell even more. I fucking love this world building. There's a reason I take inspiration from it. Yeah, no wonder you're for Lucifer. I think that I would too. There's still a lot about how you have left to learn. Now, man, turn to look towards Lucifer. Residential relevant. I beg of you. I beg. The rest up before her army ran quietly before laying her commanding one voice addressed the masses. The essence of hell, time for true liberation and vengeance against utopia is upon us. None of this would be possible without you being here. We're not in this endeavor, but I will be eternally grateful. I must advise you, this will not be an easy fight. But today, you face an enemy that knows not death. No matter how much you may harm or maim an angel, so long as they are within the realm of utopia, they will not die. Not only that, but they will eventually heal from all the damage you place upon them. And worst of all, you will not receive the same favor. In utopia, if you fight till your dying breath, you will face true death. Your existence shall be no more, and you will only be remembered for your deeds. This fight is not something I ask of you lightly. I know how to bring about the return of harmony to your afterlife. For those of you who have friends or family in utopia, for those of you who wish to see what the other side is like, we fight today for a greater good. So, in the face of an enemy that knows no death, this whole cycle will give each and every one of you a secret weapon we have been developing for centuries. If you catch an angel unaware, or able to incapacitate them, strike them with this weapon, we bind them in a rope that can only be cut by yours fully. Focus on capture first and foremost. Once an angel is bound, go for the next. Do not linger, do not torture, don't be needlessly or mercilessly cruel. More than anything, we cannot let utopia stereotypes of us ring true. We are our own people, and we deserve to be treated as such. We have been prepared to fight. If anyone suffers or even harm, call for assistance and the cherubim, a member of the rescue team, shall put you to safety. Do not need a serious death. This is about our speed and attrition. Reduce the numbers without reducing ours. It is my deepest wish for every single one of you to return to your friends and family after this day is over. For hell! For everyone in the afterlife, and for everyone who has suffered at the hands of utopia. We shall show them the true power of hell. The crowd was in excitement. I found us filling room boys slammed the ground and cheered and clapped. Already, I could see the blue demons moving amongst the crowd, wrapping the special device on the soldiers' arms one by one. Are we the only one able to cut the bond? Well, me of a serving of equivalent power, and since Cherubin is on our side, that just leaves them in powers. Those are still good odds then. Exactly. Utopia won't know what hit them. Now, go get yourself ready and make sure you prepared one of the weapons for you as well. Got it? With the sheer amount of demons they were also equipped, it took a little while to make sure everyone was loaded out with the gear. But soon, everyone was ready, myself included. There was also some commotion when the rest of the people stuck in limbo saw upon what was happening, but Jeremy was able to smooth things over. And before any of us knew it, the final battle was upon us. So, you two remember your part of the plan? Marriage, the forces of Utopia and expand the domain of Hell onto what is referred to as Heaven. Seems simple enough. I'm eager to get started.
Listen to this.
Just remember this is war, not torture session. Only use enough force to incapacitate your enemy. Then capture them with the capture device. I remember. I know I can get some enchantment out of a good torture session, but it's only because it's a sinner that deserves it. I will ensure torturing an innocent. That's just barbaric. That's good to know you feel that way. Most of the sins that make up Utopia are merely bystanders who were good, exceptional people in life and likely will want to defend Utopia simply on the basis of it being their own. If Utopia is desperately in need of change, I hate knowing that they will be put in harm's way even for a short while. It can't be helped, children. The mere force their hands off the suffering the endure is on his hand. So, anything that can be done to lessen the suffering of my people in the short term is still appreciated. I wonder if that means I should use the lava weapons of the serrated one then. Yeah, but chocolate are into me, you know. It was kind of funny how the idea of finding Utopia she was. Into the idea of finding Utopia she was. But I could imagine holding back was mere in her nature.
Now then.
If we have that sort, we should get into position. The invasion may begin soon. Got it? As Susan and Chad began to walk off, Irene tugged at my sleeve, grabbing my attention. What is it, Irene? Trust. I know I'm eager to try and prepare and all. I'm kind of surprised you managed to set this all up. For me, I understand it with the Seraphim's time was ripping and all, but it's hard for me to imagine you are on the main stage of a summit, and it's all hell to go to war. Yeah, me both. But no matter if doing such a thing could fit deeply within my soul that I had. It seemed to put a smile on my face, though I could see something else in eyes. Was it war? Nothing. There's no revival if we die here. Things may be fine, but we won't be. As eager as I'm for a fight. I won't see you get hurt, okay? I mean, I'm serious. It's one thing if you're being sadistic and bad when they happen go for a little too far with where I came back, but you won't come back here. This thing I won't see is my love disappearing forever. And I've never had someone do to me like that before, and no, I don't feel about I've enough self-awareness to be worried about you. I feel the same as you, Irene. I know you're worried about me, but I think your side goes for you as well. If you go out in a fight, it doesn't mean you can be reckless here. You just will be permanent as long as you're in Utopia. So you promise that you'll be careful as well, alright? It inspired me, and I was wishing a little as I said it. Sure thing, Lullaby. We should keep that in mind. Then stepped up close to me, wrapping her arms around my neck. As we both should have come back alive, and we can celebrate our victory in the way we both enjoy most. Wouldn't have it any other way. With that said, we both leaned in and kissed, embracing each other before the start of a war. I wrapped my arms around her hips and pulled her close, then I wanted to let go. I was very bad to get to her and be separated far before I was fully satisfied with kissing her. Come on then, let's head for the front lines. Yeah, let's show him what happens when the mess will fail. The Guardian's hand with Oh, nothing is interesting. We may have way towards the front of the enemies. We need the arc. No. Which one was it we still haven't met? Give me a moment. Because I assume that they'll be here. Yes. I think it's just the ancient principalities. Because she was virtuous. I think. Or was she principal? No. Ancient principalities. But I took a intent into my own. I think it's interesting as we made our way towards the front of the army. Soon we joined the rest of Lucifer's army at the front lines. Burned down my chest as I felt something strange. A wonder of magic deep within me, like a raging beast looking to escape. Are you two ready? I ring back the before gripping it in their hands. What? Literally.
Absolutely.
Hot and ready. You can count on us.
Well.
But I will go ahead and have my men open the portal. Let's summon the bell we will begin. Be prepared. In my head, it was now never. That's when I walked off to give the signal, and we got into position. When she was in position, she raised the spear and made the announcement. Open the gates! Soft a noise said. Placing the portal device down before stepping back. In 5 seconds, the great grew exponentially. It was large enough to fit the very army that was about to charge through it. By the way, I hope you guys don't hear that godforsaken sound that's now there when you turn off the voice changer. In 5 seconds, the magic swirled and filled every part of the machine. Electricity sparking from vast discharge portals around its frames. Discharge parts. Sorry, the ADHD makes me. Is it ADHD? Is it maybe? Is it the hallucinations? Probably a mix of both. I tightened the grip on my shirt, bringing the magic within me begins to stir like crazy. It knew what was coming. What was about to happen. It was more than ready to let one melt. The wind began to blow as magic filled the center of the power, swirling through the entire length of it before the very fabric of space and time began to rip apart. And soon we could see the power out to our side. An army of angels was waiting for us beyond its borders. The magic within my chest leapt up, right into my throat, looking to escape. Put my head back, let it build in my throat, letting the power grow in those couple of seconds. Before lurching forward and letting out at a single powerful, destructive beam. The power roared forth from within my body and breached past the initial defense of the angel army before reaching its center, exploding with tremendous force. Wind blew in all directions as the explosion rocked the very realm around us, sending the angels flying in every direction within Utopia's sacred realm. It took several seconds for everything to calm down and for our army behind us to survey the aftermath of my attack. Our path into Utopia was clear, save a few stragglers who now faced the head of Hell's invading army. Charge! The army of hell what with prevailing warfare as the armor of the swan, the very ground beneath us flaming as the charge forth, pointing to Utopia by the dwarves. As the army charged forth, I turned and looked at Irene, who was splashing profusely. I don't think I'd ever seen her that way before. How did you do that? I don't know, in what confidence Lucifer was playing me. He moved up to me, grabbed me by the collar and the familiar loose look in her face. Oh, if I didn't have a word for the things I've been doing to you right now, could I have but laugh? Before Leah kissed that deeply personal bark sensed me, I made sure to give her the film growth before putting back and licking my limbs. So my demoness, I promise. Oh, you'd better. You seem to take care of Irene's power to pull herself off me before turning to face the power. Like one on my face, I swung my hand, giving her as a hard firm shake which caused her to let out the girl squeak as she jumped. She turned glad at me, to which I just figured my ground and she gave Phil the stare off.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm taking my first station on these angels for sure. Go get 'em, babe. I rushed for flying after the army with me hot on her ears. It was very for Utopia. Small skirmishes were breaking out all around us. By the way, I'll have to like in America being between all tools, and such. I can by making safe for us. But I have to make one for a wood with the MC like custom one for me to see what it looks like if you aren't like romantic. Because if you're maybe the same for also actually I could just leave it open for you. It's in my initial blast scare, but the army Utopia managed to scrunch up, and its remnants were trying to fight back. However, with the dwindling numbers, we were getting deeper and deeper into Utopia with little resistance. Ah! From outside, an angel came charging towards us, so better to ensure the invaders. We must on top of him before I could hack, have it flying through the hands, wagging the hands, knocking the blade from the grip, but it could pick it up off our back. Her foot met the chin with a loud deafening crack, knocking them back onto the floor. As the little ass swam from the disorientation and pointed the capture device at them in fast and bigger bonds than incapacitating them. Well, what Tali have called it a fight? You're just a good Irene. Aren't you someone perfect than I give them credit for? But I got more fight off Venus than I did that angel. Well, it was only one inch. I'm sure the next one will be stronger. We kept rushing through Utopia, the demonic army growing thinner the deeper we went. Most of them were keeping the angels at bay while we made our way towards the real target. The inner chambers where we would find dominion. We faced a share of angels as well, some of them rushing us, but none of them posing any real threat so far. Must be ours that Darwin was getting too fast for it. Seriously? Not a single angel has put up a real fight.
The nerve.
Did we even need this army to fight Utopia? Feels a little excessive. Given the history, I think it was not the people of Utopia that were the issue. I mean, let's step back and think about it. The people of Utopia are mad. They don't really have any reason to fight, right? If you defeat them, they're back with full strength within a few minutes. We return in this undying army. We didn't have Lucifer's spawns to keep them from betraying the fight. We fight an endless fight where we get one down before long. I suppose you have a point. Would that be the same if Utopia was the paid hell? Should it take a little longer because of the way the Q system works? We'd have an endless army to fight too. I think the main difference between the two is that Lucifer was always preparing for this fight. She wanted her demons ready for the day she invaded again. Meanwhile, Utopia never thought this day would come, so they never trained their citizens. That makes too much sense. Does it mean there's none here that's a worse opponent then? And with the opponent you said, never mind this pause. Irene and I jumped in us and as a new voice suddenly joined our conversation. We turned back, putting some distance between us, and the beefy act that had come out of nowhere. had neither of us sensed him coming. And grabbed the whip and headed ready to attack at the masked man.
The nerve!
Who the hell are you? Oh, me? Just the angel you've been waiting for to give you a good fight. Call me boss. The power serve him. Shit, Lucy. She tried and Lucy had given us a brief summary of the serpent. This was bad news. The rest was the strongest being in existence. Have we even ever fought him? Power serve him, huh? This what told me about you. Are you really strong as they say you are? That's funny, Ma. Would you like a demonstration of my powers? Or a half demonstration? I was from one of his training fast. Then crouching on. Slammed his heart and gun before I pulled out. I said that the giant bat twice his side. Cash dusted into his arms before bringing his arm back and punched forward with such tremendous fast before I couldn't blink or fire in and dive ahead with a tremendously powerful and loud shockwave. In an instant, the rock was completely obliterated. The shrapnel of it bursting through the sky and causing summits from each piece that pierced the heavens. The clouds invaded the sky in a matter of seconds, clearing the sky out as the both of us stayed and eyed the strength. Was even making his back stance as I showed up. Well, what do you think of my strength? Incredible, is it not? I looked at him with what's up my giant. What's it doing? You. Yes, you. You're exactly the I've been looking for. I know the manic looking eyes. If I should be proud of that because I know she's laughing after this. Second, can't tell that is exactly that bursting with masculine energy and insanely soon to put. They focus on him. We had to fight him, not fuck him. You get. We had to him out and plastic mask coming off him off. I wasn't thinking that. Are you sure? Okay, maybe a little. I was about to cheat on you. I'm not that kind of woman. I appreciate the efforts for my swim. Unfortunately for you, not instead in pleasure of the flesh that way. And see, these areas I couldn't get with him anyway.
The nerve.
He's got him patchy too. Ja. I'm mad but this is best to hear this. Half me was pissed, but I couldn't help myself from being a little jealous. Make it up this, I was going to make sure to tap and give her a good spanking over this. So I've shown you what I can do. Show me what you can do. I looked at Elizabeth at this whisper smile across the face. I'm sure you want to see what I can do. I can say the great strength within you. If my issues haven't been a challenge for you, then I want you to come at me with everything you've got. And I told you the same thing back. As if you don't, I will. In contact with chocolate this. Thanks for that she rested the Repurpose aside. Remember, show yourself me that you have ever gone to see before. I mean, then grab the whip, let herself get into the better sense. Then I could feel it. Far burn within her began to come to the surface, of literally and figuratively. Flames consumed her entire body, she changed her bow, cracks began to form on his skin, showing red hot magma from beneath. Yeah! She cries the fire intensified, and have me raise my arm to protect myself from the heat as it swelled in a tornado around the arena. Then I watched the fire fare and I didn't so that looked completely different than she had before. Hands fell long and the boy was covered in magma-like armor. Eyes glowing red as she cracked the whip, and saw it now covered in serrated blades. The true form of was volatiles, for being the destructive flames of hell. Oh, that's more like it. Perspective must and Lord himself into bastards. Come, I want to see everything this new form of yours can do. Gladly. Yeah. In West Far with a burst of speed and fire, her flames leaving a trail of fire. And magma from where she had been staying just moments before. Her whip came flaming up and sparked its powers. The man holding his arm out as the blaze wrapped around his arm and dug into his skin as a winking barrel straight at him. One punch faster than I could blink and powers facing his arm to work it. When magma wrapped it from everywhere Irene struck, The flames told me engulfing the both of them in a torrent of fire. Oh shit, I had no idea Irene was this powerful. Nor she's been part of the fights until now. He's been holding back. Fed the flames and blows. Paus grabbed the whip and pulled it closer as his fist to punch out Irene. She barely dodged the blow. Shockwave power, knocking her flames out in a single gust of wind. He emerged with a flash blaster. For power, she began rapidly striking him, reaching from punches and kicks. He turned back to swing her whip before rushing back in. Scratches and tears were starting to fall on his hostage. Couldn't tell if he was actually receiving any damage. Was Irene winning this? Ah! In water stepped ground erupted in a huge burst of magma. As if Irene was meant to rush around until she was fixed myself. The shockwave of power that seemed to scare the magma just as easily as it had been captured. When another while she launched the pass, this time she rebased back and was connected with a gut. It erupted from where it broke. It shook the ground as they couldn't have been stuck. He said back, touching her stomach. Then all the coffee came up by Irene! Oh, I must admit, your first style is unique. Use a fine magma to pour down on your opponent. That's something I've seen in a long time. Playing new tour is fun. Seeing new things with each exchange of blood is so exciting. And what? Before the swing and whip, desperately trying to take the man down. Okay, the fight was over. I watched George and grabbed the by the neck, lifted her off the corner. She continues to see. I think fire. Go for a weapon to carry the me. Hank was my headache. He whipped the sharpened glass and the ball being hot and everything I'd ever seen. Had like he didn't even fit. Really shame you're an enemy of Utopia. I wouldn't try training you, honey, seeing this part to be even better than it is now. Could become such a great bar. Half of my bars will be jealous of your performance. I think this whole type of demon that is just like you. I can't just imagine the legend fast because I was choking. Her face turned shade dark and said she wasn't going to make it. I think I have to do something to save Irene. That's the rest of no chance. I need to bear. I must send to death. Shame to someone such as yourself. That is their own thing, a power thing to do. And for the capture device powers. The power man didn't bother to rise. It was like him instantly right behind him and pulling into the capture state. He even let go of Irene. Found the ground and being able to breathe again. Irene, well, tear, being down by his eye, she coughed painfully. He trying to get the oxygen back into her lungs. With the back she coughed and hacked, slowly getting back into her senses. Sorry, Michael. He's so much stronger than I could ever imagined. It's okay, Irene. It's okay, Irene. Promise that you're okay. You're alive. God, Mom was lost there. She came so close to dying. It's like the man ripped in bangs, facing miles, they fought against the minings. Genius! His bias are so incredibly powerful. It's no wonder you've been making such progress in Utopia. These bindings would stop any angels in their track. Wait, let me get the... This one's quick. Yeah, go. Yeah, let me check. Because he's being a sauce mess ever again. Yeah, don't know sounds. Two powers function date 5/20/25. does often convince me you were gonna be on it. I only saw the time report. I didn't play roots with you before. I don't know residential experience. I hereby respect powers and I will not talk down the future first ballot Hall of Famer. As if you check up with some stuff, you can see this was made partly immediately after Noah's votes. Noah's Act 3, but it continues here. Most did the best autistic man ever. Sister Kim på Roma Bæremotto. For after that fem Martin, jeg synes meget kun effects. Jeg bringer en Johannes far. Ja! Or something. So I spent the very down him. His name's from fingers sound like nothing I'd ever felt before. He put the stairs in the roof, searching with his fam. And if body was put on display, said we're meant to be so bad and lose respect, but one with an ear definitely step as if like so powerful it took the very itself. No. They forced me to accept that much times. I'm expressed. Thank you for letting me get the rest of my masks. I missed so dear getting to use them. I told my son she thanked before I went to break the from this monster. Michael! You take my aim by end up in a coffin fit once for there's no state to fight anymore. What do you think you did but take the Smithson in one? No, honestly, I don't think I do. That's a shame. But it was tough as he began walking towards me. But perhaps one day I will get to meet an opponent as proper as you again. You can give me the fear of fighting that so desperately bizarre. I gotta pull up my Repurpose fake and finally put the product before. I agree with the section of the product now if I know. Ain't going to. You can give me a fear of fighting that I so desperately desire. Why didn't you work with us then? What's up to the best? The rest time off my words before I really said it. Then what's this now? Så er det meget fik god for os. Siden work vi vil cook den. You want someone we can match you in power? Fancy, like you just admit yourself. Why does fight like nothing you've ever seen before? But work with them, train to be even stronger. Teach them fight and harness powers. That's a whole area. The rest sector. The fans are not worship them. Work together with the world as you can create the utopia where fighting is life. That isn't even the strongest fight. Just imagine an opponent so much stronger that you could test it guess against. A pause for a moment at that. When his training thought, but it goes up, history was considering. Last thing, he provides me at woods that aligns with my interests. I must say, it's working. It is? It is? Demon has given me a thrill by fighting that I haven't felt in centuries. And you tell me there are great demons in here that exist within her? It would be such a shame to start out the sparring field so early in her career. She could become so much stronger, so much more powerful. She could truly burn so bright. There must be the one to harness the power, see it reach its bias potential. So you let it go? There's one issue though. What's that? I would never let this reality come true. It must have crave the fight of my life. As long as he wills utopia, I will be by a distant thought. So let's change that last bring me fun to utopia. To bring down the dominion. We are showing a new awakening and try fighting to our heart's content. You need only give us the chance. That's a cry for man before spectrum in his face. I like your guys so good. You haven't shown me such promising talent that speech would have never worked. But I will allow it. But use an insect and see if your power can match up to your dominions. I will be interested in seeing the future you kids intend to create. With those words spoken, Klaus crouched down before jumping. With being from my sides with it to my spells of the winds. The scientist said where he had been saying, unable to believe it. We had done it! We had survived! He coughed again. I make my armor fly off upon, and I turned to her immediately. Irene, are you okay? Yeah, I survived. We appreciate you defending me like that. Talking down to the most powerful man in existence. Finished the saucer a while later. In a weakened state, as her as she blushed. Thank goodness, she was again off the flood, and she was going to be okay. Oh, I have plenty of things I'm going to do when we get back. I flashed at that, but a smile on her face meant everything to me. Made my heart melt, and I couldn't help but return it. But first, we need to get you taken care of. Should we head back so that Maddie can look at you?
No.
Oh no, we just need to get to Lucifer. Maybe I will take care of me. She's waiting for us, but perhaps let us not disappoint her. Right, let's get going then. I set my arm under Irene and tapped her with my shoulder. It was so strange feeling Irene be so weak next to me. She'd always been so insanely strong that this felt wrong. I guess that's why I meant to go up against the strongest man in existence. We walked slowly, the path seeming to have cleared out for us now that the power surfing had left. It didn't take us any time at all to catch up to where Lucifer and Cherry were waiting for us. My goodness, are you two okay? Our child approached us first, looking to make sure we were okay. We've been there, ran into power surfing. I did our best enough. There was only so much we could do. The man was as powerful as he was handsome. I barely saw a chance.
Well.
It's impressive you're alive then. If you were 5 hours can say that. Yeah, well, I sort of convinced that if you let us live, you get to help turn the future volatiles into better warriors. You saved me for a moment. If I was trying.
Certainly.
I suppose that's fair. I have no particular hatred for powers after all. I guess let them into easy pieces. It was never out of mass. I mentioned he only cares for his own self-interest. True? Yeah? Like, I think with the others, it's like, it's very much that they just really don't want to stand up to the man. Like, the others I have various comes with like, against her. Yes, against her. Virtuous is such a piece of shit. I hate her. And I mean, like Puppet is literally really annoying, and like she was made just from this was I chose to be a stand-in. So Chaos and Dominion. I've daydreamed about King Dominion. Like, that's a genuine thing I've thought about. I don't have qualms with, of course, Cherry and Power. I like the two. As this is a good opportunity to make him a powerful ally. But if I me and my army to his liking, a fire insurrection from the likes of the men would be Charles Bay. Terrifying to think about. But in first, you're such a kind believer and dictator. So way too, my dear. But then reach behind the begging for a small pink bar to worry.
Cheers.
Yeah, theater should get you back up and running.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my queen. I enjoyed and took the bar from abundance without its content in a single gulp. Let's baby king, another band of third person to beat up Dominion, like I think with Noel, and I think also DJ. Okay, once again, it's been a while. It's been very much a while. She called and twitched for a moment. The several seconds she was there, but it didn't seem close near. No, that's what the doctor ordered. Now where's the serpent we need to take down?
Naturally.
Left the stairs within the inner sanctum of the core. She explained trying to face the stairs. As after I know it, I can sense him. Well, let's not keep him waiting. I turned to face the stairs to dive up to the core's inner sanctum. I've managed to fire off this power surf him. Which meant we had to be ready to face Dominion. It wasn't going to be easy, but I could face some past and I could face some Dominion. And I wasn't alone. I had Lucifer to help me and Darwin backed me up. With their support, I felt like anything was possible. More than anything, I was paying back for the bad thing I'll be bereft. Sorry about that. The holy pop in my chest. If we couldn't wait any longer, I took the first steps and began to run. Up the stairs towards the cross in the sanctum. We ran up the stairs as fast as we could, our feet stamping down with purpose on each step. At the top of the staircase, the end of this was a fine bell. At the top of the stairs came tight as a one fine pair of closed doors. One last obstacle between me and him, I set up the doors with my axe and kicked them open. Dominion! They are on the other side of the room and down the stairs, but the man would try to kill me. I would only have stuff into chaos. If I didn't take him down here and now, that's for everything I had here. He didn't react to me, not at first. I saw him wearing his drink before taking a skip of it and saying, "This all could have been so simple." Get someone test the reincarnation system and things go back to normal. But no! Someone required had to create an app and make them dig this. I was had to come off his sofa first time session and still to know where that was hanging. And you had to let the clear weapon right up to my radar strip. I say, but I'm playing by words to save the rest of the core. Should do what I say from the beginning and thank me for giving them all in this crazy world. I don't know if it seemed larger on purpose. This is the guy in charge of Utopia. It's supposed to be a democratic system where each FM has secrecy, but yeah, the man has basically used it for control. I mean, he's handsome, I'll give him that, but it seems to be always going for him. He's not without attractive Macron. Like, it's. He has the same vibes as, like, human ash for the sense that make him a twink. Because people forget he's actually muscular. And then Pass is way harder than this guy. Woo! Nook. I think I saw some inside potentials to conversations, which made me step it up. Well, I think gets help us to sword and doesn't where it's supposed to be. If the palace and this is the guy in charge. Yes, no Lucifer, that's for sure. It's best everything at it. Yeah, you compare me to that white woman. I think I've done husband for a Burman of you two and also live here. It's what I said. What has I done for sure says about the worst of human among his puppies. How can you believe that? That is so bad in my paradise.
No.
Yes, I see it with my own eyes. Those who live amongst the citizens that were reformed with serving of the second chance. Those who are confined to life and confined to life are near innocent in human eyes. You're not as if you weren't so xenophobic as to never visit yourself. Group New York. I love you, Irene. But Everlisten var altså fordi Team Harlot. Og hvad er det for, at skal blive the step for that was been on?
Listen to this.
It's over, Dominion. It's best under his control. And you're the last man standing on a throne of lies. You surrender peacefully. That will make sure your first 1,000 years of imprisonment are at least somewhat comfortable. And then left at this. patrons. Conversation does happen. When I first time thinking of Christian, I'm very slow. If you suffer, you lot no longer. The man moved his hands to face me and tried quickly as his friend tried to envelop me, placing their hands upon my shoulder. And then I felt Daniel just going through me as I raised my own hand, just as the million sparks for a puff. The room flashed with light, and bursting forth as our energies collided. Completely unburied behind my after me and bearing down my own. And past reaching, intense and so much more powerful than everything I could imagine. My saving grace was being supported by all two others of him, allowing my energy to push him back. Shoot the special at the full power of Hellmaker. He pressed a hand on my back and I could feel energy flowing into me alongside Lucifer and Jerry. It was so warm and hot, reaching inferno of passion that steeled my determination. Prepared by my side, I knew I could do anything. Pushed out against him, not letting him gazing an inch in this fight. The rain yelled at us, growing hissing between his teeth as we managed to hold him back. The scratched taste wasn't how I expected this to go at all. Drop him, you idiotic traitor! You told me to being destroyed! You told me I was destroyed long ago, Dominion, at your own end. I was blind, unable to accept the truth of what you have done to our world. When Lucifer felt, I just stood at her side against you.
Oh.
Jerry, so now it's time for you to make this right. To fix the wrongs Utopia has committed. And it starts with taking you down. Foolish, idiotic, moronic, childish. You think this is what's best for the core? Maybe if they're unworthy? They may be everything, but they're nothing compared to us. We are what they call God, because we are everything. We can never choose to be worthy of our attention. They can never be our equal. They can never be patient to the winds as we do. They are but insects, less than insects. To be given kindness is a blessing greater than they ever deserve. And I will not let you ruin us, for we are creation itself. We are God! The millions fell best far with tremendous power and the force of his power pushed back against us. I felt my hands thrown pop and agonizing pain. Now making me out as I fast my powers beyond the limit to stop him from destroying us. Lucifer and Jerry grit the teeth but pumped my energy into me, soothing some of the pain as the room wet and took from the intensity of the clashing power. Everything that boiled down had long since been destroyed. Scattered inches everywhere bars around us began to be torn apart. It was us. I could not have seen it before. No manipulation has always found him try. So long as you need to see it now, that's all that matters. Now focus. We have to defeat him. Right. I grip my teeth. His veins swell against tremendous power of the million. Feel how much power is being forced through me. I can't believe the man was keeping me up. That's how much power this wields. I set my stance and pushed as hard as I could, trying to gain some ground. I couldn't lose here, not like this, not after coming so far. Still. And God! I was fun of what we made of the world, suddenly exploring to shop my large mechanical red best forth in the room. What? The man was done for seconds, stammering as the tram mechanical being got to deep crimson red, rushing straight at him. After red substance swamped the very blade of death as it came crashing down on top of the minion, the man only barely managing to form a fresh spear in time to collide with it. Sparks of energy rained from where the blade stuck and cut into the minion's energy. The addition of the battle clearly pouring straight on the man. Then of course it turned his full attention to a maggot stood boiling down him. The time has finally come. You shall be destroyed for everything you have ever done. It's time for the original sinner to fall. Once machine words, still bearing from it seems as the springs of death was raised up and came crashing down 12 times, hard against the manosphere. Wasn't it so particularly good to be here? A child Lucifer and chased energy as well, conferring hard on dominion and thankful for sanctity at the man. The man quit his teeth, staring clearly on his face. He was being pushed back, being forced in a tight position. His hands were told to bear against the combined efforts. We were winning, that was it. I have had enough. The man was sparked by out in a furious rage. He was engulfed in a bright white light. My ears squeezed by a shot, bring everything apart just to shield myself from the sheer intensity of it all. I was meant to be back quick to erect the bear. He was from the intensity of the best as the very thinking of the core was best away in a mere instant. When I lighted fire and faded, I saw open my eyes. I think that where we had been was completely and utterly gone, which was less than rubber. I looked around, making sure everyone was okay. Irene, are you okay? Irene was on her feet, though she kind of looked a little worried, but yeah, that was rough. And since some point, this bear part like that era, I think. It was kind of intimidating. I don't say it lightly. Lucifer hadn't been here to protect us. We would have survived that. Yes, see, Irene was right. That I usually saved despite the explosion. Walked up and gave her a quick hug. Was so surprised. They should turn it for a moment before we step back in the body of the situation we found ourselves in. It was then that I noticed Lucifer and Charlie staring up into the sky in horror. I followed the kids looking up into the sky. Yet the man flowed, panting, crying. Anger filled his entire being. And Meg, the touch had been empowering in his hand, crashed into a shell of its former self. You vermin, there to travel with God? Oh, he was definitely pissed. He dropped the man, crashing loudly against the cloud, the ground. What? Music fired, splashing past us to the wreckage. Music quickly reached the heap of fire and with a desperate struggle managed to pull it apart, revealing the injured man inside. Oh, what? Thank goodness you're alive. And get enough of the bus that hit me. He was being clearly delirious, but he was alive at least. Think God strength smoky out, going for every loop again to figure out where you were and that was nasty limbo. Only for you to came straight to me yourself. The minion hovered close to the ground, closer towards and Lucifer as she got the man with her body. Then down, Lucifer, you do nothing to stand in my way. It's about time I made the best that caused all of this in the first place. You will never... No, I will never let harm come to Adam. Your hater of him has always been with said. He has never done any harm to you and you've never cared what happened in Limbo. He was not in the problem with the after. It was only ever you, Dominion. You can't the residing creation. The other guy that glaring down at Lucy. You hit about the great car. For them two haven't so but we have won. If only I hadn't chosen this enemy, if you had chosen another of the car. Fucking yourself. I hate you. Tell yourself. Die, go die. If this what happened, my love is none of your fucking business, Dominion. We may have been one long ago, but when we split, we became our own beings. We choose what we do, where we live and who we love. I'm sorry if you guys can hear. You wouldn't know that, would you? You've never loved anyone in your entire existence. Remember quite that clawing down, Lucy. Jeg kunne have det var slået down på moment, det stod så jeg var taget der. Du sagde du min sagde til mig til. Jeg så sagde at ved realization, you love me. And you want us to go over anything to find the truth. If you couldn't have seen the truth, that was my from your face. What's your intel? The moment I get for the sign, I'm going to say my ass after him. It was fan off your face. Our life had been stupid. Og folk der så gerne nemme at få et være by far the least qualified. Remember his hand airing his fair Lucifer and us. Also, it was real. Yes, you get. In your something that being fun is great. What does not make you good at your job? You get? You fucking piece of shit. Once again, congrats. It was actually very tense the rest of the crew. Like, what was it? What was his name? Sam is watching you. Okay. Så det congrats to them for making a character so helpful. Like, actually intentionally making a character like that is so helpful in a way that is intended. It's something I give a pass for. Because when someone takes it off, like if I have an interest in something, like if something invokes things like love or hate, and want, like, and it's a piece of me or wants to invoke those things, then it's so important to me. Thomas said there's some movement from Cherry. Lucifer, catch. Oh, sorry. Lucifer, catch! Yeah, it's up before throwing something. Then Lucifer take the turn. Before Lucifer got touched by phone. Vi går efter. Gabba. Men så svært, at Sisbeth begyndte at kontrollere den længere. No! Der er en højere societærende toftæppe into your mouth. Det er så min fight to energy. But of course I have a energy with Utopia. Doing best in bearing as energy go through in what? The option of energy exploit causing me to raise my arms, block my faces, smoking wind rush past us. As the explosion began to tear up my own, looking on in here, looking on in here. But losing touch of Ben was a boiling smoke crater and a little smoke as I crackle of electricity. But bad bright light erupting from the toll. Being in the shape of a man was from smoke into the air, the sea crackling around them, lots of lightning smashing into the ground. Then I stepped back, growing with fingers, electricity crashed down around all of us. And then it all back the car again. Then it all back to ground, then I began them revealing. What? It was hot, but it looked different. His hair was like back the brakes on his side, so gone into size looked chopper. but the smell when his thoughts began firing off. You filthy fucking rat. Du mean, Mama, how long has it been since such a disgusting face of yours? I'm left as you went faint for his face, yeah. Whole being, his whole being seemed to sparkle from his glory. Oh, this is perfect, actually. I can finally kill you, as it was intended. I'm tired of getting away. I'm sure you laughed at your snake. Was to bear once and for all. Pass. The entire aspect to me in my shock before kneeling down to where the smoke was going. There's a later. It took cold and burnt scars and ash from the means attacks. The bear moved, just be able to lift her head up to look at them, but smiled down at her. Lifted his hand up and gently caressed her face, with my bangs up face so he could look in her eyes. In her eye, she only has one. Thank you for protecting me, my love. Let's get you somewhere safe. Adam. She couldn't help but smile for him. The tear rolling down her cheek upon seeing him. Men placed his arm around gently under her body and picked up, carrying her like a princess as she leaned against his body. Just where do you think you're going? You think I'm going to let you walk away? Oh no, I'm not running from you. Not anymore. I'm taking Lucy somewhere safe. And then Tim walked over towards the storm and watching the whole thing. Thought the mink with a sieve, his hand tightening into a fist as it shook. Let Lucy chat it out the court. Kneeling over her, using her energy to start hitting her. Then turned to me with a smile. You must be Mecca. Yeah. I know you've technically met before. But I feel like it's proper for me to introduce myself. I'm not quite myself at home, Cici. It's more like to get to know you more. This free isn't time for it. Sadly, you're right. We can talk more once it's all over though. Maybe forgive Lucy for a moment. Right. Right. Trick continue to focus on healing Lucy while I turn to face the mean. I held up both his hand and fork quick up to see his own two thickness into his hands. Oh, you can do that? The fourth staff makes humans and being akin to them. For once, Sparse has the effect of destroying the mind. Oh, so that's why saying the foot was a useful mistake, but not one of my own decisions. The snake told me if I would wish to set loose first sight, they have become like them if we were alive. He said, but only temporarily. And after I was arrested from Utopia, I ate my mind for years, even after my death. It have kept me still enough to not turn into a ghast despite my long years, but one thing never left my mind. And whereas far of his sickness and pride domain. Getting revenge for everything this man has done. It's time we shot this insignificant fragment of dot. God, what happens when you mess with humanity? My body moved on instinct. I up my hands encountering a flaming sword and shield. While behind you, Adam. I stepped by my side, cracking a whip and stretching it taut. So it's finally time to get serious, huh? But I've been getting some good punches, especially of how the previous fight went. But I just got pretty punched in my face. It does! Think of it. The minutes after that implication. But your films that probably should have been great song if you have that you did great all that. How since participated in the best reason. There's nothing about you that's worth staying before me. And just make that how be surviving flames. You transformed into a full demonic form. It's time for all but to face the punishment. The man scoffed again. And that's what exactly do you think you can do? You have about 3 measly and 6 came to be able to take down a mountain. But fucking cause errands then. Let's back on the can't fuck up this mountain. Wait, fuck. Oh no! Fuck, what the fuck, please. No, please, tell me I'm wrong on his. Please tell me. Sorry, I need. No! You came to Large Mountain as it's so territory. My dog is ruined. I forgot. I think I made the same mistake as well. I forgot that this is the thing that spawn camps. Camps have mountains. But Pokemon destroy mountains. I got rid of my Pokemon. Want me to humble you and get on your knees. Before I got had enough talk, and with bursts of incredible speed, he rushes forward, swinging his single sword Dominion. Dominion simply managed to dodge his races into a tower against him. If I had a chance, though, I have gunfire came down upon it. The next foreign games attack with an upper swinging my sword. What the fuck of them has a gun? We managed to step back. The scoot is being clashed to stretch by my fingers managed to avoid directed. What the hell is that supposed to be that? In the moment I went, the full circle around me, I'm tightening against his bar. I guess they mean like the chief part of him. Great Stephen gave a burst of energy, fighting against the wall pulling him, which gave him the chance to rush in. Abilities left taking advantage of our distraction, then kick back, just by managed to themselves as I reached on the ground. Conjuring flames in magma where the man was heading. Clara war finger, her breaking fear for its with just as feet began engulfed in the road flames. Was spot that them flanked his other side. We both slashed away. Man could no longer simply dodge us and fire conjured as magic, so I shielded in our direction back our attacks. We weren't giving him a moment to recover. A few of us were on the shield with us for strength. The shield sparked and cracked against our assault. Growing a deep-seated hatred as our attacks continued to clash with him, bring him on the back foot. Pass web from deep within me, making you strike more powerful. From within making each strike more powerful than the last as my flame stands back. And from my sword, could feel the determination within my veins, giving me the strength to finish this fight once and for all. From whatever been hurt by Utopia's ideas, pick out this man and would always gone his way. I was going to give this what it needed. You insignificant mortals! How dare you defy your god? You stop being my god the day you betrayed everything your utopia was stood for. You will betray us at this no longer. And thick as quotes with your biological to launch your dominion again. It's a time I trapped managed into the blade and glow light as I put everything I had into the next track. Marine Swift channel to my guarantee. I have 5 foot a year in Sweat Dominion. It's when the flames bursting Queen Mountains. The very fast. Rushing back, taking in from all directions at the same time. Enemies are armed. They're conjuring out the magic code and downs up behind attack. I find some silent bombed by powerful magic. More powerful than anything we could conjure. His eyes open wide and shocked returned to how this had happened. It was fun looking worse for her, but they were sent thanks to True Women's thing. As well as Sherry, we're using the magic to find the mirror in place as long as for a few of us to strike. Shrink, crash, slash. And when I appeared on the opposite ways, they like the lava weapon to me. Lava blades and iron sweeps. I stepped myself into his body and broken through his defenses and for what must have been first time in his entire existence. With pain. The mere scrap with the heavens that his stomach back. His hands frantically touching the slash marks, feared me across his body, took off blood dripping from his lips. In your felt his being. Very like nothing at that fat bar from deep within him. And I receiving, loving hate were like this before all his existence. The chance to surrender dominion. Then spoke, basically to serve him. With our powers combined, you cannot defeat us. No, I refuse. I refuse. The man's body traveled inside the very Miranda traveled with him. I was stunned for a moment, not expecting an earthquake within Utopia. One fueled by your dominion's face. Dominion's eyes began to glow burnt white. It was spat up into the sky and watched the wind of this being surrounded his entire existence. Everyone, get back! So I screamed down for a hand while gathering us in the light. We yanked with us and flying away from the man, and his light began to engulf not just himself, everything around us. I like one as my vision finally returned to me. I'm down trying to get my surroundings and wait, are we back in limbo? Yes, unfortunately Utopia is no longer safe for us to step foot into. What happened to Dominion? Just quite for a while before turning, looking up to the sky. As then far ahead. As clouds of limbo are gone, the best of monsters so huge should burst out the artificial sun. Trying to take was as it pressures and wives, taking anything and everything indiscriminately. Blast of the wind is like everything. It's up in limbo like ground beneath a peak with a blast of the wind is fixed nearby. It's the biggest man-term troop I've ever seen. He's gone berserk. Like we can't stand the far. He was about roots and is making his fast stand now. Okay, he's swinging the swiping in his way. Enemy is winning. How do we stop this? I know how. Adam? Maybe it's hard to party. It's one that sticks out. Great machine fights in itself to one day bring the fight to Utopia's door. They called it the God King Machine. God King Machine? Like a divinity slayer? No, piqued my interest. Well, the Seraphim killed two because it will be weakened. Make sure to have fight the full power of Seraphim on even ground. It's why we need it now. Proven's machine was done from a workshop. His stomach could change. Some the tyrannical fancy thing to me had some good summer pants. Oh yeah, this would be interesting with it's because you'd be like, what should I do that? Now with the kind of saying, there is no idea, but the machine should be up there. And using this franchise as its sort of powers, we can finally bring an end to YouTube as an operation. Goodness, we have this so far. He was paying something, but not the exact details. Seemed beyond my wildest dreams. Take us through them with pleasure. If they have both Jerry and Lucifer, restfully more in record time, it was Seraphim protecting us from the rampaging monster above. Essence of Limbo were frantically seeking shelter, thankfully assisted by a hell army that were escaping the destruction of Utopia. As for my initial glance, it seemed most of our forces had made it out safely, but there was no way to know the casualty count until the battle was over. Most surprising of all was the fact that it looked like some angels were helping out as well. They were providing magical shields to cover the shelters in Limbo and taking danger from Dominion's best. Guess not everyone in Utopia blindly followed Dominion's ambitions, especially now that he was rampaging like this. Utopia was going to be destroyed alongside Limbo, and it seemed like there was no way the angels were going to stand for that. I'm the last best to survivors and into the mall. Stayed through one of the titles and does there in the hallways. Before finally arriving in his garage. Jerry, Lucy, come with me. We need to take the power sources for the machine. Michael, you and I will invade here. Once the machine is powered up, the control panel will appear and I'll need you to pilot it. Wait, but what are you going to be doing? You have to act as the brain of the machine, keep the energy flowing, making sure it doesn't fall apart. No matter, no need to quit. I'm not always the best with technology. I'm not sure how useful I will be. There's no need to worry. I know you and Michael will be able to do this together. Appreciate the encouragement, but I have no experience piloting anything like this either. Trust me, it'll be easier than you realize. You have nothing to worry about. Boy, after you years depends on an experienced pilot. Don't care all about that screenplay. And so Seraphim quickly disappeared. We were side door of the garage, leaving us to wait. We didn't have to wait long though as the sound of energy humming began to fill the air. The garage began to light up from the corners of the room with divine Seraphim light. The first head lit up on the floor in the center of the room. From it there was a somewhat high-tech console with buttons and levers on it. Back for it, the console had at least one button that was clearly labeled with star on it. So I pressed it. Oh man, my mouth began to rumble in place, made me grab hold of the console for stability. And I saw a head cut out and I was left in darkness as I felt everything begin to shift and move around me. Someone tumbled around us and I could tell the garage was physically morphing around me, moving from where it had once been to some new location. It took a minute or two before it was finished, and once that the lights came back on. And when I looked around, realized that the garage had completely transformed. It looked exactly like a mini command room now. There were flashing lights, screens and controls, back stations. And swipes filled the room for speakers. Each of the screens were going to life. Then when inside, spread prominently on the center of the screen was the main Quartz had built. Flying over limbo like a mighty catchroom was a bad one, but flying with divine energy. Wisdom's connecting with heavenly light and glowingness became for all of the witness. Beyond McQueen's creation brought to life the God-killing machine. Yes, this quite impressive looking machine. In the parcel gone at the topic. Interesting. We can back at the volatile creation facility. I love machines that look very similar to this. And so as it gives you an experience with this then. Let's learn the touch of those consoles. I should have known. But my time like the person to start learning to the control and start testing out different controls. The make corrected with each person. I'm not doing my best to memorize the positions. Okay, this does that. It does this. I think it can help keep me around the monitors for me. I think I can manage that. Then we're going to go. Oh, then we're good to go. Let's take this fight to that snake. The control sign handle and set them to full forwards. To make moved, I couldn't help but get the sensation from it like it was naturally an extension of my own body. I could feel magic from the controls. Blowing into my body, it felt warm, lying in the true control. It was so much easier to move the mech than I had ever imagined. It was as if the magic flowing force towards what each button did before we pressed it. No wonder it was us with the task. The giant machine wastefully more, falling heavily with each gigantic footstep. It took. We were careful to stay clear of any elements, so people still fleeing from Utopia, but we could see him there, looming at a distance. In all of his catchy glory, still spraying giant beams of energy all across the limo. Right, the beams see across the land before erupting in a geyser of explosions, scanning the very land where it appears. Let's find time to put it into this once and for all. It take long for the wind to spot the tram machine once it was close enough, stopping its rampage just long enough to evaluate what the hell he was looking at. Large Mech pointed straight at to me and Darren's voice called from over the loudspeaker. This is the Grand Dominion. You can't defeat the combined might of man and seraphim. Seize your endless soul and give Utopia those who could make life better for all. Dominion shakily formed the insanity med growling hiss before roaring louder than dungeons others. Evasive maneuvers. Længtelig er svært en kvartos, det tør meg gislig lammer hjælp mig være til sig. The giant snake fled a spreads massive task came crashing down when we had been sailing. To make moving far faster than every fast we should. Another yank of the controls. The powerful fish came flying through the air and grabbed the hold of the main spar. It was holding the controls. I did something that's been waiting to for a long time now. Then it smacked his body hard against the floor. Magic of the mech count. Loden tilted sit rapid swung it around, pulling the mirror up and off the ground. And then him hard in the ground once again. Oh, that felt good. Simon at the controls to do it again, so I lifted his head, popped half a beam from his mouth, where the mech crashing does with a powerful explosion, rocking the whole machine. Yeah! Also, the mech was designed for this much damage. Right on! The room was right. We had to focus. We with the controls and wear them. Bring power to the arms. Oh, here comes the fun part. The arm of the mech bears with far, blowing his chest fucked from its elbow. You put iron with tremendous beam force, wait for the stupid snake face. When his mouth opened but banged down fist as it came crashing into him. Snake was pushed back, Think back for the little efforts the fish continued to punch. Fire! Punch out as hard as he could. Giant sneaks teeth brought down into the end of the mech, mashing the bear's foot armor and causing alarm to bear around us. The mech slowed down just enough for the arm to ignite, pulling back and launching another giant heavy punch straight into Dominion's buyers. The giant snake kissed and qualified flew across the sky, sliding into the ground several times before managing to slip by there into the same position. It giant magnificent wings held his back, flapping with gale force winds, then lifting up into the air. The wind allowed them loud, piercing screech that seemed to shake the very realm itself. It makes defenses were in full alert as the booming shockwave of his forehead. But by his entire body flying so fast, straight at us. Prepare for impact! The whole mech behind him highlighted as the man came carrying with force. Oh, just at the second, his entire body seemed to swerve, running right around us, before twisting, whipping his giant sleek bar on the mech and on the entire mech. His giant snake-like body formed a powerful constriction, causing every alarm possible in the mech to go blaring off all at once. He then followed up with a loud roar before banging down hard against the mech's chassis. We're taking structural damage. We gotta shake him before it tears the mech apart. Lucy, I need maximum health power now. On it! A powerful surge of self-him energy filled the mech. The whole time starting to glow more red. Michael! Maximum output! Maximum output! With the level cracked to full capacity, the eyes of the mech remain respond. Of the man, the mech roared simultaneously. It was silent, she began overflowing from the mech itself. A bird's paw, giant pair of hell flames erupted from the machine itself, engulfing both it and the dominion within it. Then, screech and roared. Playing as the small ball began burning from the web of his flames. It was first time himself, wrapping and rushing off to the distance as the flames finally began to vanish. Bringing the sky, bullets and bats, the man hissing crowd glaring death straight at us. You feeble, insignificant worms! How dare you defy divinity itself? Remember for your traitorous companions, you would be left as nothing more than a distant terrible memory. No, you haven't seen us before us. But we can't accept that the universe no longer needs him. It's time for you to step down, Dominion. Accept that this is your defeat. Utopia even needs a dictator such as you. Beautiful! Your touch possession has been long overdue. This is the end, Dominion. This is the unanimous decision between Utopia, Hell, Limbo, and all of humanity. You are no longer needed. Dominion's fear had to speak, then deep within him, having long since bubbled to the surface. It was not overflowing. Think you can defy God? Now show you what happens when you provoke the serpent. Dominion's mouth opened and energy began to churn within it, while particles appearing from seemingly everywhere as he absorbed them. The arms in the mech were playing once more. Notice some miles of danger directly in front of us. He's sharing all his energy into one fire attack. He can't let it hit us all anymore, or both place will be destroyed. How do we stop him? With a fire all attack. The mech clutched suddenly as it began bracing itself, extending its arms and out and forward. As it began to morph and twist, up alongside the breastplate. As it began to accumulate in the same manner the William was. Later on, one fire attack for a fifth of the life left. Lucy traveling for everything you have in this one attack. For nothing back. Michael, hand on trigger away from my signal. On it! make them to understand, begin figure out mental confused, seeing the choice energies flowing faster and more powerful than they had before. And I found them get colors into a orb of pure unfiltered terrific light. The very air for others began to quake, breaking apart and falling on us hissing energy get more energy than anyone had ever seen before. Everyone, get ready! Satanic beings facing down for the fate of everything. The vampire sat back, the bits of light ganging in his mouth, his neck burning with power fatality. Before he set forward, fire! And fire the beams of light so powerful, they blinded everything on it for as far as I could see. Put it together at the exact same time. The powerful make fire was as powerful. The beams of pure unfiltered selfic power, the creative universe itself, flashing me of flimmer. The ring crash against everything with your hurricane force winds. The beams crashing and buzzing against each other with tremendous force. The alarming the make was going off all at once. The sheer force of power being fired was enough to start sweeping the make of its all painting. No, not Sparta! And Spice was like a whisper compared to a war of beams. The thing bombs surging all across the afterlife. From all corners of life, this one could be seen to ship on this basic film today of a new star. With my arms struggling, feeling traveling, desperate, trying to keep the beam firing. So I then thought my friend, the kid was going to split apart, breaking in 20 million pieces. The beam was falling fast and steady. A beam pushing back and forth against each other. The earth of them relenting. The very air around us picking apart, being destroyed before either of us let up. My arm, I couldn't keep this up. Just as I felt like I reached the peak of my struggle. Apologies. Put a hand on top of mine. You know, it's funny. If you'd asked me what I saw myself in a few years, it's time for a fate of laughter, but now I've been my answer. They can't think of anything more important that I could be doing right now. That's what I'm doing to care with you. I found you interesting, thought I would be positively in bed. Instead, I found someone who makes my heart feel things I've never felt before. Things that make me want to hold you, keep you close, make sure no one can ever hurt you again. I guess it's that taking down a man who won't take all of this away from us. So come on, what are you waiting for? Got the whole of the afterlife being for us here. Let's not keep it waiting. And smiling, I couldn't help but pretend, being a warm flowing through my hand. Yeah, we pushed forward, change our energies together. The beam of light from the makeup thing in the search of power. What? In a matter of seconds, the million's beam began being engulfed. We consumed by a pair of two seraphim bits of human. And left them. The fin and the demon moved around and laughed. No! 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 The light pierced with dominion, sharp into the infinite, but power of creation could see its majesty. The man's boy was surrounded, completely engulfed in a power. He screamed and swore in hunger, and his boy began to vanish. Into the light of the man's screams echoed into her before finally falling silent. He was somewhere in limbo. An empty, quiet garden and an angel. Fell from grace and divinity and dropped it for myself. He just like then unable to keep himself upright. He ends up leaning against the tree, unable to move. Those heathens, they've ruined everything. Could this happen? As he tried to regain his breath, Rush was on to message. Giving up only to see It was fear for devotee walking up to him. But, goodness, now I was lost. We have to get the strength. We have nothing to stop them. You have to probably take very close eyes and trick your head. I'm sorry, my lord. But the bear is over. There's nothing left for us to do. No, don't say that. We can still win. We can still stop them. We can. Papa reached down and took his hand into ours and gently squeezed them. Be not afraid, my dearest lord. You shall not face the wrath alone. The insects grew right towards the have been truth here for the very first time. And from the ground out to the hands of the emperor, and stopped feeling the feet. The serf brought in agony, pain and fear and terror. As they were both slid by and dug deep underground. It was quiet. The world felt warm. I feel my consciousness slowly returning to me. It was very as I was resting on someone's lap. So I opened my eyes. And saw the most beautiful demon looking down at me with a warm smile. A good afternoon, sleepyhead. Your parents been the whole day away. Couldn't have a chuckle for her, så jeg varm lidt her. I comfy slept this, I could not, and give me a slight look down. You should off my word. Please, I must finish the trick. Can't be that comfortable. That's the made her soft and squishy, I mean. Well, once I've experienced the one of your boss and not just the sexual parts. I went to very surprised at that. I couldn't help but ask why she liked what she heard. I have to let you experience more of it then. No, won't I? I liked it. The upper hand smiled. The warm glow of Limbo's gown was beginning and said, feeling Irene's head and beautiful. Warm glowing lights. It made me realize just how truly fortunate I was. How much I had truly gained since coming here. I know, I probably haven't had this before. I really mean it when I said, I love you, Irene. Being with you makes me feel makes me feel happy and want to stay with you for as long as I can. Irene seemed a little surprised by my words, but could have a smile in return. It made me feel different from how a mom made me feel. Maybe it wasn't a tense, passionate affair of the bear so quickly. If it's a gentle, slow burn that fills my entire being. I can become with you, forgive you when we fight, and even crave to be with you more than just physically. I guess it's what true love feels like, huh? I could imagine that me and true love were the pick a strange woman to fall. You really did pick a strange woman to fall in love with, Michael. I wouldn't have it any other way. There was a warm, laughing smile in that moment. Then I closed my eyes to let myself linger in that moment just a bit longer. It truly never wanted to end. After everything that had happened, life in hell returned to mostly normal. It returned mostly to normal. You're supposed to be here, so. Or something. The biggest difference being that occasionally, despite few angels on a guide to a path, in very bound to one who decided to live here. Also, I was working hand in hand with children to create a more perfect afterlife, allowing for realms to be more interconnected than ever. People in hell were no longer forced to stay within its confines. If they wanted to live in Limbo or Utopia, they could. Though Utopia said a minimum requirement of a certain amount of sin atonement. All things considered, it was farm or Lexington that had been before. The animal could get into YouTube afterwards. Lemurmere was found by humans for humans want them all like after that. There wasn't data a few demons and apes had moved already. As for Irene, she returned to Harry for a job as soldier. For a long time, it had been her dream to be a judge in the bicycle, but she didn't want to give up her life with me. So we made a talk with Lucifer got a special exception made. We could commune to work in with, then return to the circle to be with me and she'd be able to visit Daryl. Daddy! Yes, pumpkin, what is it? I want ice cream. Charles said, but the bar was currently mixing then. We can have ice cream after dinner. Oh, but Mommy's bar let me have ice cream where I wanted. And it wasn't good for you. This is best after a nice high meal. I let her power your face. I don't like you anymore. Oh, you don't say it to her. You know you don't mean it. Hey, that ever. The gazette will let the hospital telling one off to the living room. She'd not admit it, but she definitely took some treats after her. Just then that I heard the front door open. Honey, I'm home. I'm in the kitchen, dear. With the boy by mixing quickly poured the baking tray, slipping it into the oven. Something smells good. If you're back out working, so I feel try and make you something you'd like to eat when you get home. All the best for my darling wife. I'm in chocolate that sleeping by my side, wrapping her tail on me and tearing on my chest. I do so love him and voice domestic. Oh, I'm well aware. When Thanos began to warm as she pressed herself into me, one hand screamed onto her hips and lower back. Woke up me nice and worked up so you can't find some deep. Might be my to oblige you too bad. I need to finish cooking and I don't want to sit there. I'm chocolate and nip me at my lip. But trust me, I'm going to make a bet we get being on bars tonight. That's a beautiful promise. Lena and kissed her in. I was trying the kiss with a deep, beautiful passion. I knew what she desired. I loved how much she desired me. Ew, stop kissing in the kitchen. You can make the food taste gross. Walk past screaming. I laugh at the young girl. Well, I promised the food will taste delicious. We might want to go play with her for a bit while I get things finished up here. Oh, well, if I must. He said Disney, entangling herself for me. She gave vibes a little bigger and the wink at me before she just spit into the living room with her. I think I would do with that woman. I can't have ever imagined just how happy and blissful my life would be here in her. I can't have imagined a happy ending for the both of us. And that's the end for today. I'm very certain that we're going to meet a dear angel with Rosa and principality with Mitt. I'm excited for that. We've only got those two. Then a very exciting final alarm ending, which I know nothing about, and have me try new nothing. Now let's see. It's hard. Oh. Let's check out the escape that I rock with Nico inside. Thanks so much for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.